There are a few oddities when it comes to doing cross-border business here in Lloydminster. The AGLC and SLGA each have their own rules, and sometimes that leads to an extra 1,000-kilometer trip. Ian Tidswell has a story.
Fourth Meridian Brewing has established itself as a premier craft brewer here in the border city. But when it came to bringing their product to Saskatchewan-side retailers, there was always a strange hiccup.
Yeah, it's a complicated one. We, because we're Alberta-based, we have to have our products shipped from Edmonton to Regina and then come back to Lloyd. So we put a lot of miles on our products just to get them into the Saskatchewan side of our own city. So that's something we've been dealing with for the last 5+ years since we started. And we've done it. People have still ordered. Like our community is extremely supportive, and they're willing to go the extra 1,000 miles to get our products at their events. But now the city's just been able to get us an agreement in place with SLGA so that we can directly send our products to the Saskatchewan-based liquor store in Lloyd.
With the red tape slashed, will this holiday season be a little bigger?
Yeah, I mean, I really hope so. We're really busy here this holiday season, so I'm expecting, you know, lots of other parties to be going on as well at the exhibition grounds or anywhere else in Saskatchewan in Lloydminster, and for us to be able to just, you know, with I'm guessing, you know, 48-hour turnaround time, get our products into the Saskatchewan liquor store. I am hoping that really amps up our sales for the season.
If you go and check out their space, you'll find more than just beer.
Actually, we have an art showcase, an artists and artisans showcase. So I don't know, like if anybody's ever been here, you can see our walls are very decorated with all kinds of artwork and just random things that we've collected over the years. But one thing we've always tried to do is support local artists and artisans. So we're going to have a week, December 6th, 7th, and 8th, where we showcase the local artisans that we've worked with in the past. And some new ones as well. So the very first day, on the 6th, we're going to be having an art showcase from the artist that designs all our labels. And then on the 7th and the 8th, we're going to have a variety of local artisans and artists come to showcase their products here as well.
A Lloydminster holiday staple opened today for their 34th year. The Lloydminster Christmas Craft Fair and Chamber Expo is on this weekend. Organizers, vendors, and shoppers are excited to see the show back in full force.
This is the place to shop for Christmas. Everything for anybody on your Christmas list, it is here.
The 2022 edition of the Christmas Craft Fair and Chamber Expo is already proving to be a hit. People lined up for an hour before the doors opened on Friday, hoping to be some of the first people through the doors to take in over 300 vendors here in the border city.
We are a full house this year. Every booth is taken up with all different kinds of stuff.
With no fair in 2020, the show made a return last year, but with pandemic restrictions. Vern Nelson hand makes wood toys. He's been coming to the Lloydminster Craft Fair from Nipawin for over 30 years. He says this is one of his favorite shows to be a part of.
The demographics of the city, you know, the young working families, and this is my wheelhouse.
While the fair attracts shoppers and vendors from across Alberta and Saskatchewan, some come from even farther.
We also even have vendors that come in from Calgary, from even Ontario, that feel that this show brings them value to their business to be able to come, spend 3 days, set up, sell their products. So there is that aspect. They're also staying at our hotels, using our restaurants, and then the runoff from that as well is amazing.
The Chamber Expo part of the show features only local businesses. For online kids and baby clothing store Boca Boutique, the Chamber Expo allows shoppers the chance to see their products up close.
We don't have a storefront, we're online only. So we do delivery in Lloyd, pickup in Lloyd. People can still shop our stuff, but it's so nice to be at a craft fair like this where we can actually let people shop our items in person.
And now it's time for us to check in with Shelby Clark for your first look at weather.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jace Mackey. Yes, we aren't looking too bad here in the border city as some spots are seeing right now. I'd say we're looking pretty good. We are just sitting at -7 and we are seeing a lot more sun for today. As we go a little bit more into the evening, we are seeing some cloudier skies, but for today it wasn't looking too bad. With that wind chill, it was feeling slightly cooler with that -15. So we were seeing some strong winds throughout the day, so hopefully everybody was layered up and driving safe and trying to stay warm out there. But -7, you know, we're still looking quite good. Definitely seeing a lot warmer than what we were looking at yesterday, and we will even be seeing some nicer temperatures heading into next week. So not looking too bad for here in the border city and surrounding areas. Switching over to temperatures across the region of Alberta and Saskatchewan. On the Alberta side, most spots around -6, -7 degrees. Seeing that -8 for some spots with Wainwright and Vegreville. Some are even seeing that -5 up in Bonnyville and Lac La Biche. We go over to Edmonton, they are looking quite warmer with that -2. So most spots are matching with us here in the border city, seeing those single-digit marks for today as we head into our weekend. Switching over to our Saskatchewan side, they are seeing the same conditions as what we are looking at on our Alberta side. Most spots on this side are seeing between -5 to -7 degrees, I would say. Go a bit higher up to Isle La Crosse. They are slightly warmer compared to the rest with that -4, but still looking around the same conditions as what we are seeing on our Alberta side. So definitely looking not too bad for today as we head into the weekend. And for North Battleford tonight, they will be going down to low of -19 for their night into the weekend as well, seeing that cloudier skies and definitely cooling down quite a bit from what we have been seeing for these past few nights this week, getting closer to that -20 mark for their evening low temperature. So going to be quite cool for North Battleford. And leading into tomorrow for their Saturday, high of -11, so they will be looking at -11 for their daytime high and seeing a mixture of some sun and clouds. So although they will be cooling down, they will be seeing a little bit more sun peeking behind those clouds, so hopefully that'll kind of help warm things up for North Battleford. Cold Lake will be going down to low -17 for their evening low temperature, so cooling down quite a bit as well, getting closer to that -20 temperature. But with that wind chill, it will feel closer to that -25 for Cold Lake. So definitely make sure you're going to be layering up or trying to stay warm out there if you're going to be outside. And Cold Lake will be looking at -9 for their daytime high tomorrow and seeing a mixture of some sun and clouds. So expecting another single-digit temperature for their minus mark, but you know, still looking quite cool compared to today. And for us here in the border city, we will be going down to that low of -18. Seeing a pretty calm night, I would say, for condition-wise, not expecting too high of a chance of some flurries, and seeing a couple clouds in sight, but cooling down quite a bit for here. And then tomorrow for our Saturday, we will be looking at -10 for our daytime high, but we will be feeling a slight breeze throughout the day as well. So as I was saying, just always make sure you're layered up if you're going to be outside whatsoever. -10 doesn't look too bad for a temperature, but once you step out there, you know, you will be feeling that crisp, cold air. And ending off with a look at your 3-day forecast here in the border city. What we see for tomorrow, -10, and then Sunday warming up to -3, and looking a nice temperature for Sunday to end things off. Then heading into Monday, we're definitely going to be seeing some nice temperatures because we're looking at +2. That's all I have for now. We'll have more coming up after the break.
The Lloydminster Bobcats are having a solid month of hockey so far in the month of November, winning 3 of their 5 games. As they near the halfway point of the regular season, they are hoping to keep their foot on the gas. Adel Ahmed has more.
The Lloydminster Bobcats are 21 games into the regular season. After playing only 5 in the month of September, the Orange and Black played 11 in October.
Our young guys are getting used to junior hockey, and then the other part too is we're playing hockey games. So, you know, we were the least amount of games played for a long time before we went south, and now we're up in that mix, and you know, we're playing games every couple days and whatnot. So guys can find their groove and continue to get better every day, and you don't have to wait a week for it.
And one of those guys who has been finding his groove is Brock Kurlicki. The 20-year-old forward was acquired back on October 5th from the Vernon Vipers, and says he's been mending well with his new teammates, tallying 6 goals in his first 13 games with the club.
Definitely fitting in for sure. I mean, that's a good group of guys in there, and yeah, it seems to be clicking pretty well out there. You know, lines get juggled here and there, but I feel like I can play with everyone, so it works out pretty well.
First game, you see this guy score the overtime winner, so I think it's huge for us. I mean, the guy is hard to knock off the puck, so I think that's big. You know, puck possession's big on this team. You know, keep control as much as he can. It's easier, and creating offense too. We need that score factor, so he's giving it to us. So scoring goals, it's good.
Throughout the 11 games that they have played in the month of October, the Bobcats only managed to win in 3 games. However, things are looking positive in the month of November for the Orange and Black, winning 3 of their last 5 games. And they'll look to continue on in that direction when they take on the red-hot Spruce Grove Saints on Friday on the road, who have won 6 of their last 7 games. Adil Ahmed, Primetime, Local Sports.
And now as we head to break, let's take a look at our Pet of the Day photo submissions. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the show because guess what? We're giving away a Pet Pad gift card.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Today for Primetime Local News, we are joined here with Glenda Benavides, an award-winning Grammy-considered artist and also an author. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, Glenda.
Thank you.
Yes, really glad to be able to have you on here and help share your story. And really glad you could join us to speak on your newest single. And there's a big inspiration behind this. So can we kind of start off with you telling us what it's all about?
Yeah, it's called Lulu White. And Lulu was an amazing, powerful woman of color from the late 1800s. She lived in New Orleans and she was super successful. This woman had gone from nothing to something. And in that time period, women, I mean, you were lucky if, you wouldn't go out and work. You would either scrub floors or, belong to somebody or be a mother or something, and I just thought it was pretty extraordinary that this, how I found her was kind of in a weird way, but I just thought she was pretty extraordinary. And I thought, God, I really need to tell her story. Like, she's amazing. And then I really thought, for us women, we really need someone to stand forward as a leader, as someone that's actually in her time period really couldn't move forward. And she did. Like, I mean, she was wearing $5,000 dresses in the late 1800s. I mean, can you imagine? So, yeah, so I was working on my newest album actually, and it's called, I kind of coined it as the Southern album. So I started looking in the South and like, what does that mean for me as an artist, and how do I express myself fully? And I really came upon I really sing very soulful and very bluesy and that type of thing. So it kind of led me there, and that's how I found her. Just started digging around.
Well, I think that's very inspiring, beautiful that you're wanting to share her story. I think that's amazing. And I love how it's women empowering as well. It's really nice to see that. And I know with this new single, when people buy a song, you plant a tree, and that's absolutely wild to hear about that. So can you kind of explain how that works? Because that's very fascinating.
Sure. Actually, it was my my partner. He is a mastering engineer, sorry. And he started saying every time someone come through his doors to master their new song, their single, their album, whatever, that he would go ahead and plant a tree. And I went, oh my God, that's something I can do right now. Because I work with Foundation for Climate Restoration, that type of thing. And I went, no, now this is something that I can do now, like just right now. And it totally inspired me. And I've already planted like 60 trees. I did 20 in the UK, up in Scotland, and I did another 40 here in California, which we really need it. So yeah, so I was really inspired by that. And so I decided to gift that to people and just say, hey, look, if you buy a song, you're actually supporting an artist, you're supporting Lulu White, you're supporting everything that you can think of as far as empowering women and music and art. And you get, I will plant a tree for you. So that's kind of how that works. So it's kind of like a really win-win, real fun thing that, you know, we can all do and really move the needle, move it forward. You know what I'm saying? Through art and actually being in action doing stuff. So
that is absolutely amazing how with even your work, you're also helping with our earth. I absolutely love to see it. I bet you'll be getting lots of support. And since the single has come out, have you been seeing a good response so far?
yeah, it's been pretty good. Like I said, I think I've planted about 60 trees. So, and it lets me know right away. So like if somebody goes on my Bandcamp page, because that's where it is, you actually just, you can buy the song, you can buy the single, you can buy the album, whatever. And then, and it's kind of by donation. So once you do that, it pings me and lets me know, hey, somebody just bought Lulu, somebody just bought your Goddess album, somebody just bought whatever, right? And then I go, okay, and then I mark it down and I jump on, and then I go buy a tree. So, and I was gonna also let people know, if there's a place that you want me to plant, I can, because they have a variety of places. I can do Australia, I can do Canada, I can do of course US, and it's really, really defined. It's really interesting. The company's called One Tree Planted. You can obviously do it yourself, but this supports artistry and hopefully goodwill, you know, and uplift people. So it's actually, we're all actually doing something.
Perfect, Glenda. Well, thank you so much again for joining us and sharing Lulu White's story. I think it's a beautiful little tribute. So thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, I'm Shelby Clark, and I'm here to tell you what's happening around the border city and the surrounding area. Because if you're bored and you want to get in the holiday spirit, well, I got some events for you. Here at the Lloyd X Grounds, they're having the 34th annual Christmas Craft Fair and Chamber Expo. This is one of the biggest Christmas markets with nearly 350 vendors. It's happening today till 9 p.m., tomorrow 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go check it out with your friends and family because there is a lot going on. Speaking of getting into the holiday spirit, Festival Trees is holding a beautiful day of cookies and carols for families and friends. Come check out beautifully decorated trees. This will be on the Lloyd campus for Lakeland College. Not only that, they'll have Santa for kids to take pictures with and delicious holiday treats. Go check it out. It's happening Saturday, 1 p.m. till 3. And if you're still struggling to get into the holiday spirit, we still got more going on this weekend. And speaking of Lakeland College, the Lakeland Multicultural Association is having their 5th annual Diwali event. This is happening in Cold Lake at their Agriplex, so you're gonna have to make sure to hit the road and get to Cold Lake in time for this. This will be Saturday at 4:30 p.m., but it's gonna be a great time. They're featuring Mariachi Project Canada, Ukrainian Dance Academy, and more, so lots of entertainment. There's gonna be a henna booth if you ever wanna get a tattoo, a scavenger hunt for everybody, and even some crafts for all the kids out there. And of course, you will be fed and there will be drinks. Well, there's a lot going on, so make sure to check out any of these events because they will get you into the holiday spirit just in time with Christmas around the corner. But that's all I got for now. Make sure to check it out. But first, stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
I'm happy to be joined with Trish Domes, who has come up with a unique way to bring warmth this winter through a project she started called Blanket Buddies. Thank you so much for joining me today, Trish.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, what is Blanket Buddies and where did the idea for this project come from?
So the Blanket Buddies project, I am going to be collecting new blankets for the residents of the Dr. Cook, the Lloydminster Continuing Care, and the Jubilee Home. So it all began with a vision of wanting to create love, connection, and joy in the community. And so that's where it all began.
That sounds incredible. Now, how can people get involved with this project?
Yeah, so we're collecting new blankets, and we have a few drop-off locations throughout the city. The drop-off locations are located at the Dr. Cook, the Jubilee Home, and at Assure Occupational Testing. Or if they like, they can just give me a call and I can come pick them up as well.
Awesome. Why was this so important for you to start and, to get the word out to other people that you're doing this and the specific places that you're donating to?
Yeah, so I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for quite a few years, and it was just my part of wanting to spread kindness and generosity throughout the community. And I just want the residents there to know that the Lloydminster City thinks about them and we care about them. We haven't forgot about them. And it's just a little something to make them feel special this holiday season.
I know you mentioned new blankets, but is there a way for people to donate blankets that they already have that are in good condition or even make some of their own?
As long as they're new, that's what we're looking for. So yeah, they could be twin size, which is the size of their beds, or also lap blankets or throw blankets work well too.
Wonderful. Now, when are the blankets going to be donated? Is there a specific date that you have set for when people should be bringing their blankets for when you guys are going to bring them to the places that you're donating to?
So we have a deadline of December the 10th, and that way that just gives us a little time to organize them all and then give them back to the 3 facilities.
Lastly, is this something that will be continued annually? What is your goal for this project moving forward?
Well, nothing specific as of right now. We originally was going to start with just 1 facility, and through some encouragement, it's quickly expanded to 3. So you never know what next year will bring.
Well, this project sounds absolutely fantastic. And thank you so much for joining me today. And I wish you the best of luck with this project moving forward. I'm sure that this will make a lot of residents happy, especially now that we've officially entered the winter season and it does get super cold here in Lloyd. So I'm sure that this will just bring a smile to their faces and obviously bring them some warmth as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before we say goodbye tonight, it's time to see who's taking home a Pet Pad gift card. We saw a lot of cute pets this week, a lot of pets in snow, which was nice to see. But Ash, you're our winner, looking so dignified, so smart with those glasses on. Vanessa, thanks for submitting your photo. We'll be in contact with you on Monday to let you know how you can pick up your Pet Pad gift card. Congratulations. And with all that out of the way, it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us every night this week, and we'll see you again on Monday.